There's one grizzly, two grizzly, three grizzly, and if that wasn't enough, here's two grizzlies making some more grizzlies. I'll be honest, I'm a Utah guy. I'm not used to this. I've been a part of a couple bear hunts, but never really set out with a good game plan, a tag in my pocket, and a strong desire to tag out. Being from northern Utah, my fall usually consists of high mountain, velvet deer in August, September bugles, freezing days stalking late season archery elk, and picking up sheds through the spring. That's the rhythm I've come to understand. That's home. And when something's comfortable, you tend to stay there. However, there's something about new country and the challenge of figuring it out that I love. So this spring, I found myself in Montana with the Peax team for a chance to take my first black bear. I think it's safe to say it won't be my last.
Kind of a water purification tablet guy. 10, 11, 12, 13. I know there's some pretty good ways out there to purify water now, but this is easy. I don't mind the flavor of them. For an Nalgene bottle, I usually throw like 3 in. These little guys here, and then for this 100-ouncer, that's gonna be my camp water. I'll throw like 12 in there, and I've never gotten sick off it, so it must work. The pack just gets heavier and heavier, man. That should hold till we get up to camp, though. Just getting pretty close to where we're thinking of camping and starting the first night off. We might have to move from here, but right as we topped out, we got a lot of flipped over rocks where bear's been rooting around and feeding. You can see his tracks in the dirt, so it's probably not more than a couple days old. I think it rained last week, so there is a bear in the area, which is a good sign. This whole bench is just tore up where they're digging up bugs. Pretty good sign. Made it in. We did 2 hours of hiking, 2 miles. This looks like a good spot though. A lot of bear sign and a lot of glassing from all corners of this ridge. Bet you guys didn't know I had those in there. So, got the new Peax stuff bags. It was nice. I've got my one-man tent, everything I need in here, and then got my sleeping bag in the bigger one and a few other items. Okay, so we got about an hour and a half of glass and light. We're packed in 2 miles. Set up the Solitude 1Ps. Those are the new solo tents for one person. Went up pretty easy, and they're gonna be really nice for a lot of the hunting I do and shed hunting. this hunt is going to be nice. A lot of times you can't pitch a tent or a full-size teepee just because the footprint is so big on these steep mountains. So that one piece perfect for that. We're in a good spot. A lot of bear sign. Now we just got to glass up a bear. Saw a band of horses on our hike up in this high country, so somebody's probably hunting up here. But other than that, I think we got it to ourselves, and it looks promising. So we'll see how tonight and tomorrow morning go. We got all our food. We can bounce around and move higher if we have to, or just kind of stay at this elevation and just keep bouncing. But a lot of country to play with. No bears tonight, but I don't want to see them on the first night. That wouldn't be any fun. Make us work a little bit for them. We're in a dang good spot though, so I think we'll definitely see something. Bust the food out though and get some good dinner cooked up. Early start today. We'll see if it pays off. Gonna sit a little bit further to the north than yesterday night, and we'll get a little bit different angle into another cut, and then we'll still be able to see the same stuff. I'll see if there's any bears that wanted to watch the sunrise. I always heard they're kind of lazy, and a lot of people talk about 10 o'clock in the morning action, but we're here, so we might as well hunt. Just glassed a bear. First bear of the trip, but it's a long ways away like that moose was last night. Looks like a black bear. Like a black bear. Feeding right along an old closed off road, kind of like the stereotypes are. They walk roads and cruise, just feeding in a meadow right now. Long ways away, and we'd have to cross a big river gorge to get to him, so I don't know if that's a bear we could go after today. We'll have to think about it. Let's see, get some video of him.
Once we got a better look through the glass, it didn't take long to realize that our black bear wasn't actually a black bear. It was, you guessed it, a grizzly. And over the next hour, we glassed up 5 or 6 more in that same area. I've heard Montana had a grizzly problem, but seeing that many in one place started bringing back all those bear attack stories we've heard about. I began to really think about the odds, not of our survival, but rather the odds of a young black bear cub surviving long enough to hold his own in this grizzly country. It's too early to know without more glassing, but so far, based on the grizzly to black bear ratio, it seems the odds of us finding a black bear are very, very low.
So I think we got a grizzly bear hanging out here. I mean, each ridge we come to is just tore up. And we've been going back and forth if it's a big bear, black bear track or a grizzly bear. According to the images on Google, grizzly bear pad and their toes are a little more like rectangle and oval shaped, and then the black bear is a little more rounded. This is a big, like, flat pad you can see here. Compared to the hand, I mean, my hand fits in it, but this pad here is nice and like squared off. I don't know. I'm not a bear expert, but that's what I think. Trying to make the most of the day, so there's a pond we found on our maps. I got my Onyx maps out now. It's about a mile from camp. Noon is the time, and we're gonna go try to check out this pond and sit it for the midday, see if anything's getting hot. It's probably pushing 70 degrees in the sun. So maybe a bear wants to come get a drink or cool off at this pond, and at least we're hunting for the midday. And then that'll give us an idea if we want to keep going this way for the days to come, or if we got to come up with a new game plan. We had 4 people just buzz by with their dog and a jingling bell. And they're not really on a marked trail, but there is clearly a trail here that we found, and it's getting frequently used. So I don't know if that changes anything with the bears or not, but we're not alone out here like it felt like we might be. It's been a good day for grizzly bear action, but still have not seen a black bear. I think we counted with the one this morning 7 grizzlies. 2 of them, they were like humping each other. It was kind of cool to see them interact like that. Can't find the black bears. They're probably here, maybe not a lot of them, because from what I've heard and other people have talked about, if there's a lot of grizzlies in the area, they'll chase off black bears or kill them. And so that competition has probably made the black bear slim pickings around here. So we might give it a morning blast tomorrow. If nothing turns up, then we'll pack up and do a plan B spot. This was a cool area for sure, and it was fun to see those grizzlies, but I think we got to get to where there's a few more black bears.
That evening, when we were hiking back towards camp after a long day of glassing, we figured before calling it a night, we would take one last look off the knob we'd been camping on. Sure enough, we caught a glimpse of our first black bear.
Finally found a black bear. It's a little chocolate, maybe I would say like a 2-year-old. He could have been a little bit older, but wasn't a giant. I knew right away I wasn't gonna shoot him, but kind of got excited and wanted to get some really good video before it got dark. He came out right here where we first walked in and saw where they rolled the rocks. That's what he was doing right there, and he either heard us or smelled us and kind of went off that side before we could get a video of him. But we were ready to write this area off as we hiked back to camp. And then we just saw black bear, so I don't know. We'll probably give it a morning glass right here, and if we don't see anything move, but there's definitely bears here.
That night's encounter had us thinking, with all the grizzlies we'd been watching that day, that knob that we called home might have actually been the safest place on the mountain for that young black bear. Our scent, our noise, our presence must have pushed grizzlies far off that ridge, and for a moment, that little black bear figured that was the safest place to sneak out, eat some green grass, right before jumping back in the dark timber for safety. Seeing him briefly wasn't enough to change our minds. We figured this basin deserved one more honest morning behind the glass. After that, it was probably time to move on and explore a different mountain range.
Another slow morning. We saw two bull elk, and then 2 or 3 more grizzly bears. No black bears. So I think it really is grizzly country, and the black bears are hit and miss. Talked to some people. They all say the same thing. If you're seeing grizzly bears, you're not gonna see that many black bears. They just get pushed out. So we're gonna probably say goodbye to this area, as nice as it is. We have some other spots on the maps pinned, and we might pack up camp and drive to those. It's going to be probably an all-day push just to get into new country, but I think it's going to be better for black bears, which is the goal here. So packing up and headed out. Plan B, here we go.
Yeah, it was kind of interesting. Like, while we were out there, we found more endangered species of bear than we saw of bear that should be there, black bear, that you can hunt. So it was like a 7-to-1 ratio is what we found, and I threw it up on Instagram just when we got some service, and it was funny. A lot of the residents had the same thing. They said, we like to play a game, is we like to go through while we're glassing and see what the ratio is, black bears to grizzly bears, because there's that many grizzly bears, and where there's a lot of grizzlies, there's that few of black bear. So that makes me pose the question, is there going to be a hunting season for grizzly bear down the road? And should there be? I always kind of took the residents' word for it, because I've heard Wyoming, Montana, everybody talks about how many bears there are and that there should be a season. But now seeing it firsthand, I can absolutely see how there should probably be a season down the road, and whether it's a very controlled hunt or whatever, it'd probably go a long ways. Make the bears, respect the people a little bit more, have some fear of them. Right now they just associate hunters with food, right? When you kill an elk or you kill a bear, that just leaves food for them to come eat, and they have no fear of humans. So it might help them respect people a little bit more, and obviously it would help out the black bears. So I'm kind of behind it after seeing what we saw, because if we saw 7 grizzly bears in that little chunk of land, surely between each mountain range there's a whole lot of them. So that was pretty interesting to see. Cool animals, and like just powerful. You could just see it while they were walking around on the ridge line. That was really neat to see. I'm glad we got to see that, but hopefully now for the black bear hunting, this new mountain range doesn't have as many, and we can get into some black bears.
Yeah, new spot. Unloaded the Baku bikes. We can ride in on these roads at this spot and utilize the bikes to get into some backcountry. So that's nice. Hopefully there's some bears there, but it looks perfect. I think we're timing it great for green up. And yeah, we just got to glass up a bear now, so we're gonna ride probably a mile and then hike in another mile to a vantage point where we can kind of see this river bottom, and then up both sides a south slope and kind of like a southeast or a northeast slope that's getting sun. Both are green and look good to me, so up on the bikes and get going. So we haven't seen anything. We gave it like an hour and a half. We got up here a little bit late, but just wanted to get a feel for the country, and I'm sold on it. I like it a lot. Snowline is right up here at the top of these canyons, and there's some snow banks on the north slopes, really green meadows, and some good south faces. So I think it's good stuff. We just need to give it some more time. We'll probably run down and just day hunt this stuff, but run down and set camp up, and then hang out for maybe an hour, and then make our climb back, take our time, and then that way we can give it a solid evening hunt from like 3 p.m. to dark. And if we don't see a bear after that, then maybe start thinking about other spots around here. But I think a day and a half in here we'll find a bear. Found a spot, got camp set, and wasted a couple hours of that midday heat. Got a little bit of cloud cover. It's cooling down, a little windy. So we're gonna get out early. It's about 4:30 now, and head up this way, hit the bike up the canyon, then hike up to a good vantage point and sit and watch these meadows and see if we can get lucky, get a bear. I'm getting a little anxious. Like, I can feel it's gonna happen, and I'm excited, waiting for that moment, and spotting a good bear. So. Out like the second I went and got you. So he's just barely entering the meadow. I don't know yet. It's not a no-brainer, but it's better than the bear we saw the other day. Nice chocolate bear. I'm not like sold on him yet at this point. His neck's pretty skinny looking too. Nothing much has moved since that bear came out. Mama Moose and her little baby, they came up out of the pines and spooked him off. Fed for a minute, some deer came out, fed for a minute, and now everything's kind of gotten quiet. The deer and moose are up on the ridges, and the bear is down in the pines somewhere, but he's the only one we've seen. It's tough to say. Looks great. I mean, I was just saying, we were chatting, and if he didn't do that and come out in the meadow, we would think like there's no bears here. So like that easy, it can go from cold to hot, and maybe the right bear just didn't do that today and he's still in here. So I think we'll give it one more play in the morning, and then if that doesn't work out, start picking apart some new country up canyon a little bit. But now we're gonna head back, maybe peek off this side for dark, and then go fix up some food. I don't even know what day it is. I think maybe 5. But getting a really early start. Sun hasn't come up yet. It's still really low light, but we're gonna try to get to the spot that we hike into first. Like right off the bat, just kind of hunt as we go up. And then when we get on top, it'll be a little bit more light and probably the better hunting time, but I wanted to be able to hunt our way up a little bit because there's good grass right there. And we're gonna go right back to the same spot we were last night. Well, we saw 2 cubs, a mom, and then the same bear. We were joking, it almost looked like the mom and the bear from yesterday almost looked like the same bear, like same genetics, everything. Who knows if they're like brother and sister or something, living in the same canyon. But yeah, 4 bears today, still no shooters, so now we got to come up with kind of like a plan B. I think this is a good spot to come back to as a last resort, but we've got a few other canyons we can go check out midday now, see what they look like, see if the grass looks good, if we have some good vantage points. The big thing for me is vantage points. Like I don't like trying to have to bounce around. I like to be able to sit on one knob and see a lot of country and also shoot from that country. So moose running down. I think the bear must have spooked it. But yeah, so we're trying to figure it out. Still got some time though. Got another chocolate bear. He's about 750 yards away right now, which is too far, but he looks potentially like a shooter. I'd like to get my spotting scope on him. I know that would take some time, but I do want to confirm before I get too excited. It's real early, it's 5 o'clock, not even 5. He's out in the blazing heat. So I'll get the scope on him and then check him out. He looks a little bigger. I'm kind of worried about our scent right now. The wind is like blowing straight up in there. That's probably why he's coming this way with the wind in his face. I almost wonder if we get down to this next lower knob just to try to get the wind going that way while he's distracted. I'm gonna collapse. He's dead. Just try to be quiet and slip over to there. like I said back there, it happened quick. I think I see him dead here. I mean, it's got to be him right where I shot. I ran over just to get a better view into these willows and heard a little crash, a death moan, and like immediately I could see him laying there. So he's probably dead. We're gonna keep eyes on him, grab the stuff, and then move in. But he hasn't moved in 5 minutes. So that was cool. I mean, we didn't get set up for the day. A nice bear came in. He's not a mega bear, but this is my first bear, so I'm excited. Looked like a nice one, so we're gonna get in and confirm he's down, but looking at him here, it looks like we got a bear. I'm excited. Like I said, it's my first bear. And I was more so excited about the game plan too. Like, we came in kind of learning this country. It's all brand new country, and figuring out all the animals are in this green grass right here, and at certain elevations. They're not higher, even though the snow line might be higher. They're where the green up is. Saw this pocket, saw this glassing point that we could see all directions, and before we even got to it, we thought we were coming in early. He was right there. There he is. Just left of the willows. He went 15 yards, 20 yards. So I was so excited just that the game plan worked. Like, that was cool to figure these animals out. I mean, we kind of figured out those other ones. They just were like a little young. This one's not the oldest bear, but he's a step above maturity-wise. And it was just cool to watch it all come together. I just got this Montana rifle a couple weeks ago. It came in late, and I got it sighted in and zeroed it at 300, and that's right what the shot ended up being, was exactly 3. So that was kind of cool, just how things worked out. And they get so hot sitting in that sun. Pretty cool animals. Cool to see them up close. This is, like I said, my first bear. Good shot too. What a hunt. That was fun. Got to experience grizzly bears. Hardship a little bit of just not figuring them out, and then finally got into them and got a nice one. I'm pumped with that. That's a cool experience right there. Get him in some shade and take care of him. Oh man. Thank you, Big Bear.
You know, as a guy obsessed with elk, deer, and moose, I've made shed antlers my priority for most of the spring. This trip opened my eyes to why these guys obsess over bears, carving out their springs specifically to chase them. Learning new country, figuring out bear habitat and habits is a whole new world. And while it's a different kind of hunting, I found similarities to hunting other big game I've grown up with. It took some adjusting, but that's the type of hunt I live for. That's why we do it. When it finally came together, that made it that much sweeter. On top of that, I was spending some time in the beautiful mountains of Montana. I think these amazing animals have found a way for me to open up a week or two in the springtime moving forward. Above all, it's more meat on the table and a new kind of story to tell. I'm already looking forward to the next adventure a bear will take me on.
Well, hey guys, hope you enjoyed that film. I'm actually out here in beautiful Hawaii right now, but man, it was a blast getting out there in beautiful Montana, hunting with the Peax guys, getting to meet Chiam and see his camera work, and also figure out those black bears and hunt them, and obviously, as you guys saw, take a really nice bear. So, quick fun fact, one of the first times I got to see and use the Peax 1P was on this hunt. These are really cool shelters. They're lightweight, small, packable, perfect for a one-person setup where you're trying to go lightweight, minimal, have a small footprint. They're just over a pound with everything included. So I see myself using that on scouting trips, solo hunts, shed hunts, where I just want to be a minimalist and have a low profile on the mountain and stay out of all of the elements with that vestibule. I can store my gear in there, I can sleep in there, and spend a good amount of time if you did get into some bad weather, and that shelter is bomb-proof. So I decided to celebrate my first film partnering with Peax. We are gonna give away one of these one-person shelters. Don't worry, this isn't a complicated giveaway at all. Down below is a link, and all you're gonna have to do is hit the subscribe button and then comment your favorite part of the video, and then just enter your email so we can let you know when you win. Simple as that, guys. So click the link and good luck. We appreciate your support.